All right, Libby, let's talk about
Sure.
gas prices. We talked about it earlier, but I mean, if people have stopped by the pump, the gas prices they have probably noticed are definitely increased.
AAA says they've gone up 22 cents just in the past week. And another thing that it didn't surprise me because I've been getting gas, but it is kind of a gut punch when you see it. It's gone up 97 cents, almost $1 from this time last month. And this is something that everyone is feeling. They're feeling that pinch at the pump. Now, jet fuel and like car fuel are different types of fuel, but airlines and airplane ticket prices have already been pretty high because of jet fuel costs and some of the things that are going on in our world. And now the gas prices are kind of following that. And it's almost summertime.
Yeah, well, in summertime is when a lot of people take trips, and it kind of goes to the point that you were talking about. Of course, people who get gas, they see that higher prices, but then I think sometimes, people don't always think about jet fuel, and those airline ticket prices might also increase, but also trucks and trains that bring things that consumers buy to the area, that increases for them as well, so consumers could also see an increase too. But I think, we talked earlier about possibly tourism, if that could be impacted because of these prices.
So I talked to Jeff Muir with the Blunt Partnership maybe a week or two ago, and we just touched on this when we were talking about something else. But what he said is, so when gas was $3 a gallon, people were still out living their lives. Once it hits around $4, though, there could be a change. The Great Smoky Mountains, people really drive there. Of course, if you're from super far away, you can take a flight. But even if you're taking the flight to the airport, it's going to be an hour in the car to get to the Smokies. And so they are thinking that if it does, I mean, it's close to $4 a gallon, right? If it hits higher, it might kind of flatline tourism this summer. So people will still go, but we've had these great big increases. So many people love where we live, right? But they might be watching their nickels and dimes and pennies and deciding they're not going on trips this summer. So I think that's something that's interesting too, is we already were seeing, okay, typically when the airline prices are super high, if it's a drivable distance, it's just like, okay, I'll drive. That's annoying to drive to Florida, but I can do it. Now at $4 a gallon, it's a different story.
Yeah.
Almost $4 a gallon, sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, even with local tourism, I mean, you think about people who live here and want to go drive Cades Cove, which I still haven't done. I mean, people who live here and the Smokies get, money from people who are from the area, that might also kind of prevent them from taking the loop around Cades Cove or just driving through the Smokies too. It's not always out-of-state tourists as well that it could impact.
It's impacting everyone. And it's definitely something that, if you do your monthly budget, we do our monthly budget every single month. We have a certain amount set for gas. That's going to change next month, right? And when that changes, maybe we have less money to go spend on other things. Maybe we have less money to go spend at the grocery store and those types of things. And I'm actually speaking to a professor at UT later today. You'll hear from him on 10 News at 6 about what you were talking about. Now that truckers are going to have to spend more money, now that farmers are going to have to spend more money for gas, how is that going to impact our pockets? How is that going to impact the prices at the grocery store that are already pretty high?
Yeah, well, definitely looking forward to what he has to say. I mean, I guess at least between the nice weather we're about to get and
Yes.
high gas prices, it might be a good time to just go take a walk outside.
That's
or just
right.
spend some time
Put dinner in a
outside.
crock pot and hang outside.
Yeah, not inside of a vehicle.
Yeah.